Okay, guys, welcome back. Okay, good morning, first and foremost. Okay, I know it's a tiring class. Okay, so let's just wrap this chapter off. Okay, so we're gonna cover two things today: group data and cumulative frequency. Okay, for this I have to tell you first, you need a graph paper to do that. I don't have graph paper, and I believe some of you don't have graph paper either. So what we can do, we just plot it on an A4 paper. Okay, roughly the shape should look similar. Okay, I'm just going to tell you the important things that you need to cover in a cumulative frequency. Okay, and then we will do what we call that, the box and something like box plot or whatever that plot is. Okay, so moving forward, now we want to talk about group data. Okay, what is actually group data? You'll be wondering, so we've been studying this, what are we studying actually? Okay, very easy. Group data, if you notice, it's the same thing as histogram. Okay, but you see, that's the advantage of using textbook. In textbook I can just you see, that this is bar chart, pie chart, and then histogram. It's the same thing. You see, they are the same thing. So what is so extra? In here, you only learn how to draw histogram. You didn't learn how to find mode, mean, median. So here they're going to cover how to find mode, mean, median. That's all. Okay, I repeat again. You already learn how to plot bar chart at here. Remember, you already learn how to plot histogram at here. But you didn't really learn how to calculate mode, mean, median from this kind of graph. So this chapter is teaching you how to find a mode, mean, and median. Okay, so that's what. And technically that's all. Okay, so I'll pick this example to do together with you. Okay, so we want to find a, what we call that, we want to find a okay, never mind, let me just draw it first. Okay, so we have 0 p, I'll just write in this way. So easy for me. Okay, so I already got my this one. So it's 2, 5, 5, 9 and 15. Okay, table up. Okay, so I know you can see. Okay, table up. So from this table, let me zoom in. Okay, so you can see. So from this table, let's see, they say write down the model class. We already learned in the last lesson, correct? Not model class, the highest frequency, which is 3 to 4. Yeah, so you're gonna write here, the answer is a, what? Oh, they didn't write lah. Oh, they write. They write. Oh, the model class is actually 4 to 5. Sorry, my bad. Okay, because that's the highest frequency, 15 here. Okay, I didn't see. So that's a model class. So for B, they ask you estimate the mean. Okay, why we learn this group data? Because why? You see, earlier you have learned, if like this is easy, just times, because there's no range there. But now you notice, what if the table have a range? So how are you going to times? You're going to take 2 times 0 or 2 times 1. So for this kind of situation, just remember we have to find a midpoint. Okay, we have to find a midpoint for the table. So I'm going to write this table in another form. Okay, so 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, then 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Okay, so the respective frequency will be 2, 5, 5, 9, and then 15. Okay, so we want to find a mean. So to find a mean, you remember we have to take this time the class, but now the problem, this is a range. So what you need to do, you have to go extra mile, find a midpoint. Only then you can solve this. Okay, so 0 to 1, the midpoint is what? Okay, divide by 2 is 0.5. This one, the midpoint is 1.5. This one has to be 2.5, 3.5, and then 4.5. So once you get this is your frequency. I'll tell this midpoint as x. So remember, after we get this, what we do, we just times lah. Okay, 2 times 0.5 is 1, 5 times 1.5 is 7.5, then 5 times 2.5 is 12.5. It's just a repetition of the steps. Okay, 67.50. Okay, so once you get this, as usual, total up. Okay, total up all of this, it will give you about 120, and then total up your frequency. So 120 divided by 36 will give you 3.33. That's your mean. Okay, pretty much straightforward, right? You notice or not? That's how we do group data. Okay, so for group data, you need to notice, if for this kind of situation, straightforward, you can just times divide with the total frequency. But for this, because we have a class, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. So you must find your midpoint. Okay, tell yourself, if I have a class, then I have to find a midpoint. If I don't have a class, then I don't have to find a midpoint. Okay, that's the idea here. Okay, so that's one laham. Okay, so group data, talk about that. Let me see, do they cover anything in detail or not? Actually, they didn't cover anything in detail. If I see, they didn't cover anything in detail here. Okay, so there are a few exercises I'll cover later. Okay, like you see here, there's you estimate the total mass of the pebble, estimate mean. Okay, so when they ask to estimate mean, what you need to do? You see, this is all in terms of. Never mind, now. I'll just do one example for you. Okay, it's cheating if I just do one only. Okay, so 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, then 100 to 120, then 120 to 140, then 140 to 160. Okay, so frequency is 5, 9, 22, 27, 26, 11. Okay, so they want you to find, I'm just jumping straight. Model class, we all know. What is a model class? 27, correct or not? Because 27 is the highest frequency, so 100 to 122 is the this one. Estimate the total mass. Okay, all of the pebble. Okay, total mass of all of the pebble. Okay, estimate the total mass of all of the pebble. What are they asking here, guys? What are they asking here? They want to know the total mass of all the pebbles. Let me see what this question asking. Okay, they want to find the total mass. Okay, so he brought 100 pebbles back from the beach. He recorded each match, so he want to know estimate the total mass of the pebble. Okay, so to do this thing, I think to estimate the total mass will be, or you actually this question how you can do, you find the running frequency. Okay, you find the running frequency and then you just times it 100, then you can get the answer already. Okay, not to say that lah. Okay, never mind, I think question B I can do for you in a while. Okay, how we do question B? No, we have to come up with this table. Okay, so first you need to find the midpoint. Okay, remember you have to find a midpoint. So what I will do, I'll find a midpoint. Okay, I know already question B what they're asking. Okay, see, that's the advantage, I just do live teaching, I don't prepare any script. Okay, that's why I need some time to think. Okay, divide 2, so 70. I'm finding the, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm finding the midpoint. So 90, and then followed by 100 plus 120 divide 2, so 110, 120. I know some of you can just get straight. Okay, 150, I also can. Okay, so that's the midpoint. So they ask you total mass of all the pebble. You know what they're asking? Total mass means this time this time this time that. Basically they're asking this part already. You see, the question help you to structure to find the mean. Okay, so now you need to times them separately lah. Okay, so 5 times 50, this is the total they're asking for. 250. 9 times 70, you get 630, and then 22 times 90, you get 1980. Because they say estimate, you notice, no, estimate means we don't have an accurate representation, we are just doing based on our rough calculation. Okay, so 26 times 130, I get 3380, and the finale we get about 1650. Okay, so they want a total mass. Okay, so you need to add all of this. 250 plus 630 plus 630 plus 1980 plus 2970 plus 3360 plus 1650. Okay, so you get 10. This is the estimated mean lah. Estimated total mass. Okay, so now they want the mean. The mean means what you need to do, you need to divide with the total frequency. Okay, so 5 plus 9 plus 22 plus 27 plus 26 plus 11. Okay, so 100. So 10840, okay, divided by 100. Okay, and then 10840 divided by 100. So then you get, so that's your mean lah. Okay, this is how we do this kind of questions. Okay, so very important, must take midpoint for class. Okay, if no class, you take midpoint. Okay, so there'll be few exercise they will put in there. Okay, so now what I'm gonna explain to you is that how we actually draw a cumulative frequency diagram. Okay, cumulative frequency diagram, if you notice, there is a lot in your past year. Okay, some of you already studied in the past year, and majority, most of the time they cover is cumulative frequency. This thing comes out a lot. Okay, there's a lot of things you can actually identify from here. So maybe we'll just pick one example and then we'll start doing. Yeah, so let's see. I use your diagram to estimate the median size and the interquartile range. Okay, okay, there's few things here. I think I'll pick question A. Okay, it's the same example, I'll just pick question A, so easy for me to do. Okay, so what is going to happen here, there's few things you need to know before you can even draw a cumulative frequency. Okay, so maybe I'll just explain to you from this. You'll have a class, you must have a class first, you'll have a frequency, and then you have to generate this cumulative frequency. Those of you wondering what is cumulative frequency is actually your running total. Okay, I repeat again, cumulative frequency is actually your running total here. Okay, so what I will do, I will draw here. Okay, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, and then 80 to 90. So this is the table. I'm doing question 1 now. I'm just copy paste here. 1, 3, 6, 12, 3, 3, 2. Okay, so I just copy paste the table back. So now if you notice, they say copy the table, complete a frequency column. So to draw a frequency diagram, you need the running total, also known as cumulative frequency. Okay, some of you must be asking me, sir, can I instead write running total? Not my answer is yes, you can. Okay, running total and cumulative frequency is the same thing. Okay, up to you. So this is 1, this has to be 4, this has to be 10, this has to be 22, this has to be 25, this has to be 28, this has to be 30. Okay, if your cumulative frequency wrong, your graph will be wrong. I repeat again. So now that we got this, we can directly draw already. So how actually we drawing a cumulative frequency? Okay, so the technique to draw a cumulative frequency is quite easy. Okay, first you need a axis. Okay, so for my axis, this usually is your class and this is your frequency. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to draw this thing out. Okay, so to draw, you don't have to break lah, or you can break lah, up to you. Okay, I don't, if you ask me, I'll say just break. Okay, well, I saw in your textbook they didn't break, so I don't know. So 0 here. Okay, so up to you what scale you want to open to. We have 30. I think you should be very careful when you open a scale. Your graph has about 20 box. I think we can open easily about I think 5 is the best lah. We open 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so my scale is not accurate, so my graph will be off a bit, but this is how you will draw. Okay, this is always your frequency. We will plot our cumulative frequency, not this frequency. Okay, it's cumulative frequency, also known as your running total. Okay, so now for the class, you can directly start. Our class start from 20, so I'll put here 20 to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I think this is what most of the students want to know, how actually we plot this kind of graph. Okay, so if you notice, from 20 to 30 I was starting at what we called it, 0.1. okay, so from 20 to 30 I'm 0.1, so I will mark here, maybe 1 is somewhere here. Okay, now from 30 to 40 my point is I reach up to 40. That means from 30, when I reach 40, it's already 4. So 4 should be here. And then 50, okay, 40 to 50, I at 10 ready. And then 50 to 60, I'm at 22 ready. So 22, I can say somewhere here. And then 60 to 70, I'm at 25. And then 70 to 80, I'm at 28, and then 30. Okay, so if you're wondering how actually I plot, do I plot in the middle or the end? You'll plot at the end, because you know why. You see, you look here, 20 to 30, that means the maximum. When I reach 30, my last value, my running total is 1. So that's why at the end there I put 1, because some of you will be wondering now. You will be asking me, so do I put in the middle or I put at 20 or 30? My answer is, for that particular class, okay, let me just zoom out. I believe you cannot see already. Okay, so I zoom out. You see, for this class, my last running total is 1. That's why I go to the end point and put 1. Then for this 30 to 40, my last figure should be 4. So that means I go to the end point and put 4. Like for 40 to 50, between 40 to 50, I have a lot happening in between. But my final will reach 10. That's why I go to 50 and put 10. Okay, that's how we do. Then you can plot the, what we call the graph. The graph must start from 0. So you plot Okay, that's how you get. Okay, I'm sorry I couldn't draw the proper one. You do graph, you should get a proper one. So we ready copy, we ready draw the cumulative, which is running total, this one. Now use your diagram to estimate the median time and the interquartile range. Okay, so what is interquartile range and what is median? I think median we all know. Median is basically the half. Okay, so we have total 30, so half should be 15. So you go to 15 and then you read the value. You must show this step because you must use, they say use your diagram. So take your total, which is 30, divide to 15. So go to 15, project a dotted line, then project, you will read whatever the figure here. Now talking about interquartile range. Interquartile range is actually, we are looking at the 3 over 4 and 1 over 4 of the range. What I mean 3 over 4 and 1 over 4? Interquartile, you must remember, interquartile means you need to take 75% of your value minus 25% of your value. That is what we're looking at, the interquartile range there. Okay? So how do we do this actually? I'll do it here. So for the 75%, you take 3 over 4 times 30. So 3 over 4 times 30 is what, guys? 3 over 4 times 30. You get about 22.5. Okay? So you go to 22.5, you dot, and then you read what's the value. Okay? I'm estimating it's about 61. That is my, I call that third quartile. Okay, I mean the first one because you see 3 over 4 minus 1 over 4. Now we need to find for the 1 over 4. So for the 1 over 4, same thing, times 30. So 1 over 4 times 30, I'll get about 7.5. So 7.5, you go to 7.5, you dot, and then you read the value. So I'm looking about 42. So what you do, you take, because I say you must take 3 over 4 minus 1 over 4. So 61 minus 42. 61 minus 42, you will get your interquartile range, which is 19. Okay, this is how we find interquartile range from cumulative frequency graph. Okay, I repeat again, it's a compulsory, this figure is a compulsory, because why? 3 over 4 illustrates 75%, 1 over 4 is 125%. It's very specific, must be this. So usually we take the percentage, okay, I mean the fraction. So you take 3 over 4 times your total, you get the figure. You take 1 over 4 times the total, you get one figure, you minus them, that's your interquartile range. As in for median, it's quite straightforward. So that is basically what you will have, or what you will expect to see in cumulative frequency graph. You can see here, they also has explained in detail here. Okay, they show you the third quarter, 1 quarter. You see, they already write it, 3 quarter. Let me zoom for you so you can see. 3 quarter, okay, you all know in fraction, 3 quarter means 3 over 4, 1 quarter means 1 over 4. So the same thing I'm doing here. Okay, up to you however you want to do it. Okay, so this is practically what they talk about the cumulative frequency graph. Okay, nothing much in detail you'll see. Okay, you need to know that it's compulsory for you to draw, and how you plot it is very important. Okay, so there'll be few exercises we're putting up on Zoom. Okay, I mean in the EMS, you can download from there. Okay, so I think the next class will cover box and whisker plot. So should you have any question, you can ask me there. Okay, if you have no question, then we will just move on with our exercise. Okay, so please return to Zoom, guys. Thank you.